this video, we're going to discuss how to make sure your tables, your figures, schemes, and equations meet ADA Web Accessibility Standards. You can find a copy of the ADA Web Accessibility Standards in the Canvas course. We have a handout that will walk you through each of these steps, as well as this video that you can watch. So the first thing we're going to talk about are your tables. So I have a fake paragraph built in, and then I have a table. So this table spans more than one page, and this is going to be our first issue. There's a couple of ways you can fix a table that spans multiple pages. The first one is you can come to the end of your paragraph, go to Layout, Breaks, and do a page break, and then hit Delete once because it's going to add in an extra paragraph, and you can just move that entire table down to the next page. It will leave some white space above it, and we're fine with that here in the library, but your committee may not be happy with that. So that's one fix if you have a table that will fit on one page. Sometimes, I'm going to delete this page break, you're going to have a table that's going to span multiple pages no matter what you do. So this is what you need to do for that. The first thing you need to do is break the table. So you can come to the first row on the next page where the table continues, and you can break it there, or depending on how your data is presented in the table, there may be a better break in the data, so you can break it on the page above as well if there's a better natural break there. So once you select where you want to break it, you highlight that entire row, you come up here to Layout in the Table Tools section, and then you choose Split Table. Alright, so we've split the table. Next, we need to title the table. So we will use Table 1.1 because we split Table 1.1. Open a parenthesis, and then type Continued, and then close parenthesis. And that's all you have to title it. You don't have to connect it to a style or anything. The continued table titles, the continued figure titles, the continued scheme titles, they don't appear anywhere in your document. So next is a step that you need to do to make sure that your document is ADA Web Accessible. So you'll hit Enter once you type your title, and then you'll come up here to this top row, which has your information row. If you have some more information rows built into the table, you need to copy and paste those as well, and you'll follow these same steps. So you highlight the row, copy, come down here to your table, continued, and then you'll select Keep Original Table Formatting, and it will connect your tables together. The next thing you need to do is make sure that both of these title rows are called header rows. So we're going to start up here, and then we're going to highlight that entire row, come to Table Design, and we want to make sure that this box that says header row is checked. Next, we're going to highlight the first row that we copied and pasted on your continue table, and again we want to make sure this header row is checked. So that's all you need to do to make sure that your table is ADA accessible. So now let's talk about figures. So I already have a figure built into this document. I'm going to close this Styles pane here. So in order for your figures to be ADA Web Accessible, you have to add what's called alternative text to your figures. Alternative text is something that you will never see. It is something that's built into the background of Word. Alternative text is used for anybody that they may be using a technology to view your document. So they may be blind, they may have any other kind of physical disability or they may need to use some kind of technology that helps guide them through the document. So once the reader gets to your image, it's going to read what you put in the background. It's going to read that alternative text. So every figure and every scheme and every equation is going to need alternative text. This is going to show you how to do it. First, you need to click on your image, and then you'll right click and you'll choose Edit Alt Text. Now, depending on your version of Word, you may need to click Format Picture. If you need to click Format Picture, it's going to pop up another window, and there will be an option in those icons when that window opens. So for us, we're going to choose Edit Alt Text, it's going to pop up this menu here, and it kind of gives you some directions. So how would you describe the object in its context to someone who is blind? So kind of think about that. They recommend 1 to 2 sentences. So, just a short description of your image. So my image here, you can see it's an aerial view of the drill field. You can see the different buildings. So when you're thinking about this, why is this image important to your research? So I'm going to put over here, this image is of MSU's drill field. It is used to show the spoke design of the walkways and the building layout around the area. This image is discussed further on page 3. And that's all you need to put. So just a short description of what the image is. Why is it important to your research in a very simple 1-sentence deal? And because we know that these images, schemes, and equations are discussed in very great detail in the text of your document, you can put this image is discussed further on page and then put the page number that is discussed on. So there are figures. You're also going to do the same thing for schemes. So you'll click, right click, edit alt text. It will pop this menu again. You can type what it is, and then you can say it's discussed further on page XYZ. Finally are our equations. So I just typed in a quick little equation here. So equations will also need alternative text, but we do have a standardized statement that you can put on each equation. So to add alternative text to equations, when you hover over the area, you can see a plus sign here in a box, so you'll click that, and what that does is it highlights the entire area, and then you'll right click and choose table properties because this is technically a table. It'll open this menu here. Go to alt text. You don't have to put anything in the title, but you're welcome to if you want to. In the description, you just need to say this equation is discussed further on page. Put the page number. Please contact the author for more information. It is discussed further in the ADA handout. You can find it on page 6, the exact statement here. And once you've done that, you'll click OK, and you'll add that statement to all of your equations. So that's how you make sure that your document is ADA compliant. If you have any questions or concerns during this process, please feel free to call us. You can find all of our contact information at the bottom of the home page.